The Crown says a preschool teacher wasn't coping with the stress of her job and at times used gratuitous violence by smacking children in her care to stop them doing things that annoyed her. Lynn Abraham is on trial at the Auckland District Court, charged with 11 counts of assaulting 9 children at the Bright Minds Childcare Centre in St John's. Today the Crown and Defence summed up their cases. Our court reporter Edward Gay was there and now he's here. Hi Eddie. The Crown says, they tried to infer this yesterday I think, but they said really explicitly today that Ms Abraham was under strain, right?
That's right, that's what the Crown Prosecutor Brian Dickey said. She was the manager at the centre. She also had a hands-on role as a teacher, and Mr Dickey acknowledged that her job was stressful at times, but he said that this was a case about how she responded to that stress. He said that as well as hitting the children, she's accused of force-feeding some of them, sellotaping a 4-year-old's mouth shut when he was too noisy, and washing another child's mouth out with soap when he swore at another teacher. He said there was evidence from 3 of Miss Abraham's colleagues, and that evidence was generally consistent. All saw her hit the children. Right.
Brian Dickey was just doing the Doe Valley case in the High Court, right? Then took the jurors through each of the charges here in the District Court.
That's right. He's a busy man, Mr Dickey. He said that on one occasion, Miss Abraham smacked a child who was running around. When that child cried, she's said to have told him, "You've got nothing to cry about." And Mr Dickey said that was gratuitous violence. Another charge relates to smacking a child who actually has learning difficulties when he cried and refused to pack up his pens. He's said to have then been smacked and told, "This is what you should cry for." Mr Dickey recounted the evidence of another teacher who said Miss Abraham was hit by a 2-year-old and she responded by hitting the child back. And Mr Dickey said the law is plain, you can't fight with a 2-year-old. He said another charge relates to a witness saying that she saw Miss Abraham forcing food into a 1-year-old's mouth and holding her hand over the baby's mouth, and that constitutes assault as well. A 4-year-old said to have been force-fed their own vomit.
So, the prosecution is painting a pretty vivid picture, but the defence is saying, hold on, none of this happened, right?
That's right, that's what Miss Abraham's lawyer, Graham Newell, said. He addressed that vomit allegation as well, and he said the witness, Jennifer Wong, she spoke English as a second language, and initially her evidence started off with, she used the phrase, the child threw out food. That changed to throw up, and later in her evidence she used the word vomit. Mr Newell said one of the charges that she sellotaped a child's mouth up is said to have happened back in 2012, and it took 3.5 years for Miss Abraham to be charged to actually hear that allegation. He pointed out the only Crown witness to give evidence on that allegation initially said it happened in 2016. She then changed to 2015 and then 2013 as well. He said that had to leave the jury in some state of doubt. He also addressed a charge relating to Miss Abraham washing the child's mouth out with soap, and he said that Miss Abraham actually, her evidence was she washed around the child's mouth. He finished his summing up by asking the jury if they could be sure of the evidence, if they couldn't be sure of the evidence, he said that they would have to be left in some doubt. Tomorrow the jurors will hear from Judge June Jallis. She'll sum up the case before they retire to consider their verdicts.
Edward Gay, our court reporter, who was there. Thanks, Eddie. Really appreciate it.